Hello and welcome to step 2, stage 4. Just under projects, press open, step 4 and open. In this stage we're going to create some roofs and join some roofs. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to our project browser and double click level 5. From here I would like you to go to the architectural tab and along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools along you will see roof. Select this button. The user interface will turn green, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the rectangle draw tool, and then we're going to zoom in to about here and click on this end point and then all the way along to this end point so that there's a closed loop around our building. From here I would like you to press tick and select no. Now from here I would like you to press WT, Windows Tile, and then ZA, Zoom All, and in your 3D view I'd like you to zoom into your roof that you've just created, and you will notice that we have 4 angles to a centralized pitched roof. The reason why this has happened is because if we go back to our plan and double click on the roof, so you're back in the edit sketch mode, you'll notice we have little triangle symbols around each line. These indicate a slope. To edit the slope you simply click on one line and you will notice that we can change the pitch and the angle. This is obviously available to be edited in the 3D view as well. So staying in the 3D view, if you select this line and control and press the other line, and then in your options bar at the very top you see this little tick box that says define slope. As soon as you untick that you notice the little triangles disappear. So to see the result, let's press the green tick and you will notice that we have gable ends that do not join to the roof, hence why we get this warning. Would you like to attach the highlighted walls to the roof? We're going to say yes. Once you do that you notice that a full gable end appears. Okay, so to edit this roof a little bit more, if we double click on the roof and if we select this particular line here and then uncheck define slope and then press the green tick again, you'll notice we have a mono pitch. This can be controlled by the pull handles to get a particular height. We can also change the slope height in the properties palette. See it here, it says 12.74 or whatever it is on your screen. But before we do any of that, I'd like you to double click into the roof again, select the other line that has a slope and then uncheck define slope and then green tick, and you will notice we have a flat roof. Now if you want you can be a little bit adventurous, so let's just try another option. So if we double click on the roof and select this line and then this line and then define slope, then to finish press green tick, we'll get quite an interesting shape. Obviously you can try many different alterations, such as anyway, moving forward, let's select them all and define slope as 0 or unchecked, finish, and back to our flat roof. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is create a dormer roof and a window. So from here I would like you to shut your 3D view, and in your plan I'd like you to move over to the left hand building where it has 3 walls at the shape of a U. I'd like you to highlight these 3 walls. Remember, left to right drag over, so you only select those. And what we're going to do is we go over to our properties palette and change the top level constraint up to level 7, and then if you go to your 3D view and your quick options bar at the top here and then press WT again and zoom in to those 3 walls, you will notice that they have popped out to the top of this roof. Okay, staying in our 3D view, if you hover over one of these walls, press tab once and click your mouse, and then in the view cube press the front, it will zoom into that area. then I want you to press in negative space just above the roof. And then under the architectural tab, I want you to go back to the roof, but press the down options button. And we're going to do roof by extrusion. Once you do that, a new window will open asking us to set the work plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a work plane, press OK. Once you do that, I want you to hover over this front facing wall, click. That's now set our working plane, which is level 7. Press OK. And we now enter a sketch mode, which is obviously the user interface has gone green. We're going to use the line tool, which is currently selected. And I want you to click here and then into the middle. You'll get a little triangle that says midpoint. Click there and then along to the very end and then click again. And then to finish, press escape. Now staying in the sketch mode, I want you to select both the lines that we've drawn. Once you do that, you'll notice that we have two different versions of the spots. We have a solid blue spot and a spot that's pretty much a little circle. When you get this little circle, it enables you to actually drag both lines at the same time, and you can go at any angle. But what I want you to do is go vertically up to around about here, which is 1.3. Once you've done that, I want you to press the green tick. Now, to be able to see exactly what you've done in 3D on a bigger window, let's close level 5 and let's rotate our view so we can see exactly what we've done. Now obviously this new roof is quite fat and quite thick, so let's change it. Go over to the properties palette and we're going to change it to generic 125 millimeters, so it's slightly thinner. There you go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach this roof to this roof. Now to do that, we go up to our ribbon and choose the very last tab, which is modify. And under geometry section, you'll see a little plan of a roof that says join unjoined roof. I want you to select this button and then I want you to hover over this face here, click once, and then hover over to this face of the other roof and then click twice, and you'll notice that the geometry of the roof has then joined to this roof. Now just like we did over here with these walls, we joined it to this roof, that when we had a pitch the gable ends closed. We're going to do exactly the same with this. So we'll hover over one roof, press tab once so all three are highlighted, click your mouse, and then in the ribbon at the top where the user interface is green, you see two buttons that says attach to top base and detach to top base. We're going to attach to top base, and in your options bar you'll notice it says attach walls to top or base. The first one we're going to do is do the top, so now we obviously hover over our little dormer roof and click once and the walls will join. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to press the button again, attach to top base, but now we're going to select base in the options bar and select the bottom roof, and you'll notice now that we have little triangle cheeks to our dormer. Once you've done that, I'd like you to press escape once. Now as this is a brand new dormer, we need to make sure that it actually cuts a hole in this roof. To be able to see that we haven't cut it, let's highlight the roof that we've just made and then tab over the three dormer walls and then press the control key and then add it to your selected elements. Then if we go down to our sunglasses at the bottom in the graphic options bar and then say hide element, you'll notice that our roof has not been cut. So if we undo the sunglasses tool and press reset temporary, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the architectural tab, nearly all the way to the end where it says under openings, we're going to choose dormer. Once you do that, I want you to select the main roof and our user interface will turn green. And we have a button up here that says pick roof wall edges, so we're going to select that and then we select our small dormer roof. We'll get a little warning saying line is slightly off axis, don't worry about that. And then we're going to select our cheeks of our dormer, so let's do all three sides. Now once you've done that, you'll notice two things. The dormer roof has taken the inside line and the cheeks have taken the outside line. So to make sure that the opening is inside the building, we're going to select this line, and you see two little arrows. Once you click on these two arrows, the line will move into the inner face of the building. So we're going to do that on three sides. So this one, select the line, click the double arrow so it jumps in, and then the other one, so it jumps in. But now what we have to do is we have to close the chain. You'll see that they're not joined. So we go up to our modified section and choose trim extend to corner. What we're going to do is we're going to close the chain. Once you've done that, I'd like you to press the green tick. To see what we've done, if we highlight over our roof and then tab on our three cheeks to our dormer and then go back to the sunglasses and say hide element, you'll notice we have now cut an opening in our main roof. To reset that, go back to your sunglasses and press reset, temporary, hide, isolate. Okay, the next thing we're going to do on this roof is add some skylights. Now, skylights are under the windows category, so under architectural tab you'll see windows, and you'll notice in the properties palette that we have a skylight already selected. So if we just choose the 1180 skylight and then hover over your roof, you'll notice that it will actually meet and go where the geometry is. So we can put one on our new dormer, or put two on our new dormer, and we can put some on our main roof. But one thing you can't do with these particular skylight windows is put them on a wall. So you'll see you cannot do it. Skylights are families that only work with Revit roofs. Okay, so once you've done that, I'd like you to press escape twice and move over to our flat roof that we worked on earlier. Okay, so on this roof we're going to do some quite crazy geometry with lots of different points. So to do that, I'd like you to select your roof. The user interface will turn green and we can actually select modify sub-elements. Once you do that, the user interface will turn white and we have 4 green lines and 4 dots indicating what the current geometry is. And we can actually muck around with the height. So if we select this little point here, once you hover over it, it will go orange. I'll show you that again. You hover over it, it will go orange, and you click, and you have pull handles as well as a number editing field. So I can select the number and type in 10 and then press enter, and you'll notice that it's jumped up. And it also does a lovely curve, which is quite cool. If I undo that, Control Z, so it's back to its flat, we can also select a whole line and we can choose in the number fields, or we can use the pull handles. I'll undo that. But we can also add some points as well. So if we go back up to the ribbon and choose add point, we can actually add some points in our roofs. Once you've done that, press escape, and then you can actually highlight it and change individual points by lifting them up or down or up and up again, and you will see that we have quite an interesting geometry. This is a little bit too low, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Staying in this command, if you go back up to your ribbon, you'll notice another button that says add split line. So if you select this, and you can actually draw lines on the faces. So if I click here and then go up to here, I've split the face and it's added some more points, and I can do one here to here. You can see that I can make individual points go up and down That was a bit crazy. Let me undo that. Let's move it up. But we can also select the whole split line as well and move that up. Okay, so once you've finished mucking around with all your points, I'd like you to press escape so you're back into the normal user interface. Now if you hover over this crazy roof that we've created and then click once, you'll notice that the internal walls do not meet the roof. So what we're going to do is we're going to make them join to this roof. So if we select the end gable and then press the tab key, so all four walls are selected, and if we temporarily hide them, so if we go down to the sunglasses and then hide element, you can see that none of our walls are joined to the roof. Now the next thing we're going to do is teach you a little shortcut to select all of these walls on this floor. So we select this one wall here, and then on your keyboard press SA and it will select all of them. And the user interface at the top will turn green, and we'll back to these two buttons again where it says detach top base or attach top base. We're going to attach it to the top, which is already selected in your options bar, and then you hover over your roof and then you click once and all the walls will join to the top. So to see that in better detail, what we do is we select the roof, go down to our sunglasses and press hide element, and you'll notice that we have some weird geometry with all the internal walls on that floor. Okay, so if we go back to our sunglasses and reset everything, you will have a good idea of what we just created. Okay, so that concludes this stage. I want you to close your 3D window and do not save.